Hi there, this is Ranjit from tech2bus.com, and I'm starting a new section on this YouTube channel. In a month, I'll be reviewing 2 or 3 Android apps, and the first app that I have here is known as PressReader, and this is ideal if you're having a tablet. And what this app does is that you can read magazines and newspapers using this app. You can just go to pressreader.com to get more info, and this app also is available for iOS, so you can actually use it on an iPad. Actually, you can even use it on your Android phones and iPhones, but I would say it's ideally formatted for a tablet because of the better screen estate that we get on the tablet. You can just go to the Play Store, I can type in PressReader, and I'm using the same, and just open that app now. And by default, you get this layout, and here are all my magazines and publications that I have downloaded. And actually, PressReader provides a lot of content based on the country. And actually, you can just go to the countries, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of countries available. Again, the selection of newspapers and magazine depends from country to country. It's very different. And as you can see, in India, actually we have 153 content publications according to this app. And again, I found US also. In United States we have 385. So it differs from country to country, and I'm just going to select India. And it will now just start populating all the newspapers and magazines available. For example, these are the latest ones, and if you need to download one, you just need to click on the same, and you get a window like this confirming that you want to download this magazine, and you just press OK, and now it's going to download this in my library. Again, one con that I feel is that in the source selection, there is no differentiation between magazines and newspapers. All are bundled in one place. For example, let me show you the same. Let me go back to the sources, and here are all the popular newspapers for today. And again, it shows newspapers from various languages also. It's not just English, and as you can see, and the problem is magazines are also bundled in here. So if you are just going to look for magazines, it's difficult because you need to scroll down again and again. See, some of the magazines are also in this. So I would have a suggestion that this app has a different section for magazines. Again, what I have found is that the selection of magazines is pretty limited based upon the country you are. Fortunately, in India, they do have quite a bit of magazines. For example, Money Today, Cosmopolitan, PC Quest, stuff like that. And let me just go back to my source. And as you can see, it's still downloading, and I found that the magazine and newspapers differ from size to size, but approximate size, I would say, hovers between 30 to 60 meg. And as you can see, I have downloaded a bunch of magazines, and let me open this PC Quest, and the Hindu newspaper has been downloaded, and we can just tap it and start reading it. But before I do that, I'll just show you the magazine, and I'm going to open the PC Quest magazine. And I was just reading this magazine, so it just picked up from where I left, and you can just scroll around in this magazine like this, and we can also actually zoom in if you want to an article like this. And I have been testing this app for about a week or so, and mostly I used it to read a lot of magazines when I was traveling around in the car or something like that, because it's pretty convenient. And I don't have to carry all the magazines. All of them are stored here. Also, there's one more feature called Smart Flow, but it is a little bit buggy in my opinion. It works great with newspapers, but for some of the magazines it does not work. For example, this on PC Quest, it didn't work for me, but let me show you that it does work for quite a bit of magazines. Let me go back to my library, and let me open this Bazaar magazine. And here is the normal article. You can zoom in and zoom out or whatever, but let's say you want it in a better format, web format. You can just hit the Smart Flow button, and now it will format it in an easy to read format. So this feature is also there, but again, I found it doesn't work with every publication. And there's one more feature that it has, and it's called voice. For example, I just click here, and we can listen to an article. But for this, again, you require an active internet connection. And one more bug I found with this is it default takes you to the front page. My love for dramatic headgears continue, will it? big bug is that let's say I'm in this page. Let me just go back to the page, and I wanted to read this article, but by default it takes us to the first page. So that's a bug, I would say. I hope they can fix it. Now let's go back to the magazine, and as you can see, it shows new because this is a new publication. I'm just going to open it now. This is today's newspaper, and again it displays in the full page like this, and you can zoom in to read a particular article or whatever. But I generally felt that for newspaper specifically, the smart flow option is much better because it's much more easier to read this way, as you can see. And also I found that sometimes the app can be a little bit sluggish. It depends from magazine to magazine. The scrolling is most of the time okay, but at times I felt jitters. And you can also use this arrow to move around, and it's much smoother if you use that. For example, let's try to read this article, and you can double tap it and it zooms in and zooms out. Again, you can zoom it also by using your pinch gesture and read the same. Mostly I did not read a lot of newspapers with this app, but basically I was using it to read a lot of magazines, and for magazine readings I found it pretty comfortable. One small con that I have is you don't get the facility of bookmarking. That's one area that they should have added, because let's say in this magazine I like 2-3 articles, I want to bookmark them so that I can come back. That's not present, but you do get this layout also so that you can quickly just move to a particular page. That's nice. Let's just go back now. And overall it is nice. As you can see, it's a little bit sluggish now. At times it depends from the magazine to magazine. It's a very heavy magazine. Sometimes it's a bit sluggish. I have read that it's much more smoother on the iPad, but I didn't test it. So overall it's a nice app, I would say. And if you read a lot of newspapers and magazines, this is an ideal application. And the best part is that you don't have to wait around. If you can just find the magazine, you just click and you can download it. But again, I would say you need a fairly fast connection, because each magazine or whatever goes from 30 to 60 meg. Also, I would say the selection of newspapers, most of the newspapers, your popular newspapers, you can easily find, but not all the magazines are available. And it would be great that if this app, that's PressReader, can add a different section completely for magazines, because it will be much easier that way. Again, this app is actually free, but the content is not free. If you go to the PressReader, let me just zoom in. It says that they have actually 2 plans. You can subscribe to a monthly plan that is $29.95, and using that you can download any number of publications and magazines, etc. But if you don't want to spend that much, you can also use the casual option, that is 99 cents per download. So, and they do have a trial account, I think so, that's for 1 day. So you can just go to this PressReader app and download it and check it out. It's great for people who travel a lot. For example, in Hyderabad generally we have huge traffic jams, and I get stuck in traffic for about hour and a half, and during that time I was using this app a lot. I hope you found this review helpful. That's it for now. This is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and I hope to see you in my next video.